graph is a chart that represents information. It's used to present statistics in an easy way with pictures or drawings, representing sizes, scales, or areas. Even though pictographs can only communicate with small amounts of information, it's still useful. Here are some examples of pictographs. Every pictograph must have a title up there, and it needs to have a scale that tells us how much ice creams or a thing that equals. And there's another pictograph that has every pictograph has to have like drawings or symbols that represent the thing that you're talking about. And
so when I look at this graph of world population, what was the world population in 1930?
in 1930, it was 2 billion people.
And how did you know? Because I only see 2 pictures.
I know because it says right here, each person equals 1 billion people.
Okay, and then if I look here, each picture of the ice cream equals
100 ice creams.
Okay, and so which month had the most ice cream sales and how much was it?
July and 500.
How did you know that was 500?
Because I look right here and it says each ice cream cone represents 100 ice creams.
All right, thank you.
Bar graphs are used to compare information. So if you want to make a good bar graph, you can use some of this information. First, all bar graphs need to have a title. So in my bar graph, I used favorite colors and my family. Next, you make the scale. The scale tells the scale shows the height of each bar, and the bar tells like the amount of each thing.
So here on the bottom we have
Blue.
all the different color choices, and along the y-axis we have
The measure.
So how many people did you interview to get this information?
I used 20.
20 people in your family. And what conclusion did you draw about this graph?
That blue is like the most liked color in my family.
In your family. Is blue the most liked color in your family, watchers?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Line graphs are used for recording data over periods of time. Line graphs need titles and scales.
And an X and a Y axis, which is each side of the chart. So this side that goes up and down, what is this showing us?
Degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, and then the bottom side, the x-axis is showing us
the days.
Days of the week. So why don't you write days? So if I look at the data that you've recorded, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, what can I tell from this graph?
That Saturday was the warmest day, and then Sunday was the coldest because it went down 15 degrees all the way to 30.
So the temperature changed between Saturday and Sunday. Then what happened on Monday and Tuesday?
They stayed the same.
So line graphs are only used to show what?
Information over periods of time.
Good. Thank you. Okay, so here, to show you how you can apply graphs to real-world situations, we have here a chart that shows the current Olympic medal count as of today, February 17th, 2010. Now, how could we make a pictograph out of this information? What would you do?
We could put how many gold medals, and then like put gold medals, and then put on the side how many, like each medal counts. Like
Okay.
5, 4, 3.
Okay, let's try this.
So
that would be 4. That would be 4.
So that would be 4 total pictures. France has won 7 medals.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3, that's 2,
Half
4,
medals.
6. and
There
a
you go.
half.
That's more like half medal.
Yeah.
Okay, and Canada has won 5 medals. 2, 4, and a half. So this shows us the total medals won, and we
Want me
have
to
our
move the chair
key
back over here?
that says that every circle equals 2. That's our medal count up until now. Bronze. Okay, and now we've got to fill them in. So according to our data, the United States won how many gold medals?
2.
2. What does this chart show us now?
It shows medals won by top 3 countries.
And so you can see that the United States has the most of what color medal?
Bronze.
We've won the most bronze. Who's won the most golds? Germany. And they've won the most silver. Alright? Because they have 3 golds and 4 silvers. Good. It's a good chart. Thank you. Okay, so here we have a line graph, and what is this going to show us, Josh?
It's going to show us how many USA medals won since 1980.
How many medals the United States has won since 1980, and I actually added 1976 to give you a start. But this graph is missing some important information. What is it missing?
It's missing a x-axis.
An x-axis label, which is the numbers on the bottom, and what are those showing us?
Years.
Years, okay. Okay, and then the y-axis, and what are these numbers showing us along the side?
Showing us how many medals that are won.
Okay, so what does this graph need? One of the most important things that all graphs need?
A title.
And what is the title?
USA Olympic medals.
Good. Okay, so this is the data we got from the internet that showed how many medals the USA won at each Olympic Games. We've started with 1976, where they won 10 medals. How many did they win in 1980?
12.
12. So you've got to take your little dot marker and estimate 12. Good. Okay. And then in 1984?
We won 8.
Okay. And you'll continue that for every Olympics through 2006. Okay, so we have plotted all of our points on the graph, and we can now connect the dots to show medals won over time in our Olympics. So as we look at this, there was a huge spike in the year 2002. What conclusions can we draw from that graph?
Well, it was held in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the USA, so they actually wanted to get more for their country, which...
So we were competing on our home soil, and we were able to train our athletes on the same courses where the Olympics were going to be held, which made us win a lot more medals in 2002.